Om Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukhaswarupaya Swami Tapaharini Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Now I will recite the universal selfless prayer for the welfare and well-being and health of all our brothers and sisters, our citizens, and also the other brothers and sisters in the whole world. Familiar prayer, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. All of you can recite mentally or in your own way from your place. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha. Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Sarvastaratu Durgani. Sarvo Bhadrani Pashyatu. Sarvasad Buddhimapnotu. Sarvatra Nandatu. Harihi Om. May all be happy. May all be free from diseases, free from danger, free from difficulties. May all see what is good, listen what is good, speak what is good, and do what is useful to others. May all be enlightened everywhere. May all be healthy, happy, and peaceful everywhere. May all be friendly and cooperating with each other at this time of distress, the pandemic time, and may all lead a very happy, stress-free life. Namaste to everybody, and the Vice Chancellor, the faculty, the students of Mangaluru. You're connected with the university. Very happy to be participating in this guest lecture, and I hope and wish and lend my full support for this series of lectures in the future also, and see that the message of Swami Vivekananda becomes practical, becomes life-giving. In fact, it is life-giving, it is practical, but it has to be implemented. That is the main issue today. Appreciation is one thing, but application is much more important. So it is very easy to appreciate Vivekananda, quote his message about Chicago, about this and that. But as he himself said, an ounce of practice is better than tons of tall talk. And there is a lot of misrepresentation, misunderstanding, and wrong quoting of Swami Vivekananda in the educational institutions and in outside world also. So through your particular channel, the university and the Mutt, the Ramakrishna mission there, that apprehension, that avarana, as it is called, the cloud of misrepresentation, misunderstanding of Vivekananda's powerful teachings should be thought of as intensely as possible. For example, there is a quotation, famous quotation of Swami Vivekananda, which said, and he was in Madras, he said it in Chennai, at that time Madras, seeing the weak personality of the youth, physically, mentally, not able to resist or fight against the colonialism of the British, he had told them in an open lecture, you can reach heaven by playing football rather than by studying the Bhagavad Gita. And you can understand the Bhagavad Gita better with your biceps and muscles more stronger. That is the actual full quotation. But what has happened in the so-called intellectual circles is they take only the first two lines of that teaching, which is a great insult and a great, should I say, a very low thinking about Swami Vivekananda's message. They say, Vivekananda has clearly told, don't read Bhagavad Gita and don't read the scriptures. And these fellows, the students, the modern generation, They neither read Bhagavad Gita nor play football. This is the tragedy. If they are playing football for the country, India would have got a gold medal or would have become an international this. So neither weak physical strength nor the spiritual strength. In between, they are Trishanku Swarga. This is very, very bad. They should study the second line. Understand the Gita better with your biceps stronger, with your muscles stronger, with your mind stronger. Then you will be like Arjuna. You will fight. You will protect the country. You will protect your motherland and your culture also. So this is a very good initiative. Very I appreciate and pray to Swamiji to shower his blessings on all of you, the organizers, the volunteers, and the students also. Because at the end of the day, it is the students who become the future citizens, future leaders of India, and take the country forward beyond misery, beyond suffering, beyond the negativity that is so vibrant today, so heavy on our head. So this is just a introductory note I'm sharing with all of you to appreciate your efforts. At a time when the nation, the world is passing through a pandemic, there is gloom everywhere, there is darkness everywhere, there is corruption everywhere, there is man eating man, as it were, in the form of black marketing, the oxygen concentrators, the medicines, the beds, and so many things are happening, not only in Karnataka, but in every part of this country. So Vivekananda's message will be like Viveka Suryodaya. It is not just the sun rising. It is the sun of knowledge. It is the sun of wisdom. It is the sun of light. It is the sun of strength that rises every day in the morning. And when we are connected with Swamiji, we should add that Buddhi also, Viveka Buddhi, Viveka Suryodayam, the dawn of a new India, as Swami Vivekananda visualized and his mission was. So I am in Hyderabad, talking to all of you in the country, in Karnataka, in Mangaluru. In Hyderabad, we have a very, very important institute in the campus, the only institute in the entire Ramakrishna order. It is called, as announced by Ranjan, the Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence. I am here since 11 years, and occasionally by the invitation of Swami Jitakamanji of the mission secretary, I had been to Mangalore University also some time back and participated in many youth conferences in the mutt and outside also. So this Institute of Human Excellence, as an introduction to you, is 21 years old. Exactly on the dawn of the 21st century, September 10, 2000 is our foundation day, by one of the greatest personality monks of the Ramakrishna order, Swami Ranganathanji, who was the 13th president of the order. So his brainchild is this Institute of Human Excellence. Why he started this? He visualized, he said, Swami Vivekananda's mission is man-making education, nation-building education, man-making religion, etc., etc. Normally, our Ramakrishna Mutt centers, they have schools, they have hostels, they have orphanages, they have rural development centers, they have OPs, they have temples, they have publications, and youth conferences and weekly classes, etc. But there's no regular center before 2000 for having a full-time training of youth, of children, from 5th standard to post-graduation. So our president of the order, Swami Ranganathanji, thought there should be a full-time training center wherein in the evening or early mornings, the students, the professors, the parents, the teachers, the employees of the public sector or the private sector or the banks, they would be trained in the message of human excellence. So since the last 21 years, from morning 6 o'clock till night 8 o'clock, without a holiday, without a gap, we have trained, by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda, nearly 19 lakh people. The range is huge. I cannot explain it in this short time. From a schoolboy, 5th standard boy, or a 4th standard boy, till the postgraduates. And I said, the other section of the society. We have food for everybody. We have food for everybody, whatever they want. And we have 26 topics being rolled out month after month for the welfare of the society, and the details I will come to it later. And now the topic, Swami Vivekananda and the concept of human excellence. First, I shall just tell you a story, an incident in the life of Swami Vivekananda. When he had come back from the triumphant visit to the West, some of you may be knowing, who have studied in detail Swami Vivekananda's life and message, 4 years in America, 1893 till 1897, January. 1897, January, he comes back to India. And 9 days he stayed in Madras city. That time, Madras Presidency, because the entire South India was called Madras Presidency. So 9 days, there was massive welcome, there was massive reception, and Swamiji gave his best talks, inspired the whole nation towards the freedom movement within that 9 days. I request all of you who have not gone through these particular lectures of Vivekananda to take a book today, either download those lectures in the app, which are available in the form of app, and start reading. Subhashya Shigram. 25 lectures. 25 lectures which should be a textbook in the university. The past of India, the present of India, and the future of India. The Amrita Vak, the words of wisdom, the message of nectar which Swami Vivekananda gave, the drooping nation, the dead nation, which has lost everything in its faith, as far as faith was concerned. Great leaders were there in the south, great leaders were there in the north, but they could not be put together for a full throttle to gain independence, till Swami Vivekananda dawned on the horizon of India. So those 25 lectures, called Lectures from Colombo to Almora, which changed Mahatma Gandhi's life, which changed the revolutionary's life, and which changed the very nerve of India's body, which gave a boost to the freedom movement. So coming to that incident, somewhere around February 10, 11, maybe, exactly it is not recorded, Vivekananda is coming down from his room. He was on the first floor of that building. Today it is called the Vivekananda House. In Tamil it is called Vivekananda Illam. It's just on the Marina Beach. Swamiji was coming down, and then a few young boys from the Madras University, which is nearby even now, they came to Swami Vivekananda and said, "Oh Swami, you are so great, you are so brilliant, so extraordinary. You have conquered the whole world by your spiritual personality and the message of Vedanta and the message of our culture. We are very grateful to you." They appreciated him, did namaskaram to him, and they asked a very interesting question. I request all the participants to listen to this question. And incidentally, when you read Vivekananda's life, you understand that he went to England also, stayed in London for nearly 4 or 5 months, spoke in London, Cambridge, and other places. And what was he teaching them? Vedanta, Narada Bhakti Sutras, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Sankhya Karika, Gnana Yoga, Upanishads. He was sitting on the Vyasapitam, and these English men and women, they were sitting on the ground. They were sitting on the windows, as they were mentioning, everywhere packed audience, and they were listening to this monk of India. Look at the paradox. Swami Vivekananda became a teacher in London, and the British citizens became the children or the students of India. And reverse processes. They were the masters in India, and we were slaves. And this was going on simultaneously. Please understand, it's a very interesting climax, a very interesting this one. It's like a high-flying story. And these youth of Chennai, they read in the newspaper Swamiji's glory, and they said, you conquered the West. They are sitting on the ground and meditating with you, chanting the Om, the Nirvana Ashtakam, the Upanishads, and here we are slaves. We are being tortured, we are being insulted, and we are being put into gallows. So many things, hangama going on. 1897. The question is, oh Swami, when you have conquered the world, the West, the Europe, English men and women, why don't you get us freedom? Why don't you get us freedom? We are suffering here. Straight came like a bullet Swami Vivekananda's response. He said, my dear friends, I can give you freedom tomorrow. I can get you freedom tomorrow. They were so happy. They were so happy. But the next sentence, they were clean bold. They could not. It was a shock for them. You know what? He said, I can get you freedom tomorrow. But where are the men to preserve that freedom? 1897, 124 years ago, this Swami is asking the entire country. Where are the men to preserve that freedom? Kaha hai manush? In Hindi, we split the word manush. Jo man mein khush hai, wo manush hai. Nahi to zombie hai. Dead body walking. Zombie means dead body walking. Jo man mein khush hai, the spirit, or when we say the Atman inside, the strength inside, the energy inside, the potentiality inside, and that is manifested. You are a real man. Vivekananda used to pray, oh Mother Durga, Manush Koroma, Manush Koroma. Make me a man, make me a man, he used to pray. And he asked these young boys, the youth of India, where are the men to preserve that freedom? And these boys, these college students, postgraduate students of the university, bent their head in silence. They did not have an answer, my dear friends. But Swami Vivekananda is not a man to be left out so easily. Just by asking a question, he would not go away. Just by ad hoc answer, he would not go away. He said, I am seeing something. I am not saying. I am seeing something. I am not saying. What is that Swamiji saw? He said, I am seeing Duradrashti, foresight and farsight. Swamiji said, Mother India shall be free in the next 50 years. Mother India shall be free in the next 50 years. And that freedom shall come under some unforeseen circumstances. That freedom shall come under some unforeseen circumstances. We have to pay a heavy price for it. 1897, 1947. India Azad ho gaya, and now we are going to celebrate the 75th year of Mother India's Azad independence. Amrita Mahotsav, as it is called. The question which Swami Vivekananda put before the nation, where are men? Where are men? Dikhav humko. Ellidare? Manushyare ellidare? So, 2000 AD, 21st century beginning, we could start this Human Excellence Institute maybe as just a flower offering to Swami Vivekananda's question and say, we will train men and women with your message and with your grace. And thankfully, by his grace and by the support of many educational institutions in Hyderabad, in Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, we are able to, even now, able to conduct these courses so that the excellence in every human being will blossom, will manifest. So that is the background of this institute. And human excellence is the real, what you call the medicine today. It's a medication today. We talk about computer excellence. We talk about agricultural excellence, IT excellence, medical excellence, engineering excellence, university excellence, business excellence, finance excellence. But hardly I find people talking about human excellence. We forgot it after 1947. We took everything for granted. And that is why nature is giving a rap on the knuckles. Nature is giving such a whipping for us that we are not able to be peaceful. There's so much of pressure on the mind. So in our institute, or the Vivekananda's message is human excellence. His words were excellent. His life was excellent. His vision was excellent. But he wanted that humanness, manushyattva, to be manifested in every department of life. From the watchman till the chairman. From the university clerk till the vice chancellor. The poor man on the street till the Pradhana Mantri. Human excellence is very, very important. So, how do you translate this word? Excellence. Human excellence. Conveniently in Sanskritam, we translate it as Shrestha Purushaha. Shrestha Purushaha. Excellent person. Whatever he does is excellent. His walk, his talk, his look, his thinking, his behavior, excellent. No kalmasha, no hypocrisy. And Swami Vivekananda, right from his childhood till he gave up his body at the age of 39 years and 5 months, was oozing with excellence. Shresthatama he was. Excellent than the excellent. The whole world did namaskaram to him. The great thinkers of the West bowed down to him. Starting from Professor John Henry Wright of the Harvard University, till J.J. Goodwin, or Sister Nivedita, or Sister Christine, or Josephine MacLeod, or in India, Alasinga Perumal, Nanjunda Rao, and other disciples and friends all over the country. Even whether it's the Maharaja of Mysore, whether it's the Diwan, Sheshadri Iyer, so many people in Karnataka, how they were inspired by Swami Vivekananda, his message of excellence. By nature, Swami Vivekananda is so powerful, so important today. His personality was excellent. But he had to undergo 5 years of training, shikshana, not academics, not textbooks, not university syllabus. Though he was a brilliant student of the Calcutta University, he did not bother about marks and other things. He gets university-like training, spiritual university, I would call it. He himself says, under the feet of a man who did not go beyond 3rd standard. His own guru, Sri Ramakrishna. And this brilliant student of the Calcutta University had to spend 5 years of excellent training, of spiritual training, under the feet of Sri Ramakrishna in Dakshineshwar. 1881, at the age of 18, he comes across Sri Ramakrishna. 1886, Sri Ramakrishna gives up his body in Mahasamadhi. So 5 years of intense coaching, intense training in manifesting the divinity within. And then rest is history, how Swamiji travels all over the country and goes to the West and conquers them, gives them the message, changes their thought process about India, and then comes back to India and spends 2 or 3, 2.5 years, again goes back to the West, then leaves his body in 1902 at the age of 39 years and 5 months. One thing I would like to tell you. We speak about India. We speak about development. We speak about patriotism, whether in politics or whether in our daily interaction. But when it was coming through the words of Swami Vivekananda, especially when he was speaking about Mother India in the West, in America and Europe, he had become India. That is the excellent point I am trying to place before all of you. He had become condensed India, friends. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 3 days and 3 nights. December 24, 25, 26, 1892. A young sannyasi, for all practical purposes, renouncing his personal life and was in search of God. But this monk turns into a patriot, turns into a nation builder at Kanyakumari in 3 days, a historic meditation today which is called the Vivekananda Rock. Some of you might have seen it. But later on, when you are speaking about India, Bharata, Sister Christine, who was his disciple, along with Sister Niveta, they worked so much for Indian women, Indian girls in Kolkata. She was a school teacher, a German who migrated to America. Her actual name was Christine Greenstudy, and she got Diksha as Sister Christine, Bhagini Christine as Bhagini Nivedita. She heard Vivekananda talking about our country in Detroit. She writes very beautifully. Our love for India, said Sister Christine, our love for India came to birth, I think, when we first heard him, Swami Vivekananda, say the word India in that marvelous voice of his. It seems incredible that so much could have been put into one small word of 5 alphabets. There was love, passion, pride, longing, adoration, tragedy, chivalry, and again love. Whole volumes could not have produced such a feeling in others. It had the magic power of creating love in those who heard it. Ever after, India became the land of heart's desire. Everything concerning her became of interest, became living. Her people, history, architecture, her manners and customs, rivers, mountains, plains, her culture, her great spiritual concepts, and her scriptures. And so began a new life, a life of study, a life of meditation. The center of interest was shifted from America to India. Can you think about it? Just think 30 seconds what was in the heart of Swami Vivekananda when he was saying India, 5 letters, 5 alphabets. That is what excellence is all about. Yadeva vidyaya karoti shraddhaya upanishadaya tadeva viryavattaram bhavati, says the Chandogya Upanishad. This is the message of excellence from the scriptures. Yadeva, whatever you do, here or there. Yadeva vidyaya karoti. If it is done with knowledge, updated knowledge, pure knowledge, self-knowledge, vidya, Saraswati, karoti, vidyaya karoti, and shraddha and upanishadaya, faith, absolute conviction, and meditation. When you combine this vidya, shraddha, and upanishad, tadeva viryavattaram bhavati, that work becomes strong, excellent, viryavattaram, taratama, better, best. So what are the 3 fundamental things of human excellence that we should cultivate, and we should give vaccine of shraddha, give the vaccine of vidya, give the vaccine of meditation to the students. We should do it, and hundreds of students will be doing it. What an excellent atmosphere it will be. It may be utopian, I may be talking from another planet, but that is the ground reality. Otherwise, go into depression, suicides, addictions, politics, crime, darkness everywhere. But at the same time, you are aware that amidst the encircling gloom, there are some very extremely brilliant, excellent youth who are contributing during these pandemic times. Whether it's in Bangalore, whether it's in Pune, whether it's in Hyderabad, whether it's in New Delhi, there are wonderful people. They are our torchlights. They are our lighthouses amidst the encircling gloom. They should be encouraged, supported, and the youth should learn from them. Other brothers and sisters should learn from them. Having said that, human excellence, Shrestha Purushaha, and along with your professional excellence, along with your business excellence or academic excellence, please include the sweetness of human excellence also. A doctor plus human excellence, an engineer plus human excellence, a professor plus human excellence, a sweeper plus human excellence, a monk plus his life and values to the society, a volunteer plus human excellence, a tailor plus human excellence. Just like we have Kanakadasa, we have Purandaradasa, we have Vijayadasa, we have the great saints everywhere. What were they? University professors? Were they big PhD scholars? Not at all. Purandaras gave thousands of songs. Kanakadas sang and Krishna changed the direction of his darshan. Kanagana Kindi in Udupi. And we have Mirabai. We have Bhadrachala Ramadas. They were excellent saints, excellent people. God had to come down to them. So we should become excellent, divine, loving children of the motherland. For that, I've just placed some points before you, some PPTs before you. I'll share a few slides of interest, and I wish you can see it and think about it and spread this message among the other faculty members and other Vidyarthis of the Mangalore University. I'm just opening this PPT. And what happens is we will get to know the mantras or the sutras or the solutions when we understand human excellence. We'll be able to find out the truth in the right place at the right time. There's a funny example which Sri Ramakrishna gives about this point, this one about finding the truth in the right place at the right time. Ranjan, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Swamiji, able to see.
Well, now full screen.
Full screen not yet.
Shall I continue? Is it okay?
Continue, Swamiji. Yes, please.
Right. So this finding the truth in the right place at the right time. Sri Ramakrishna gives a example of a farmer, of a poor man, who got up in the middle of the night and wanted to light up his cigarette. He had some addiction. In the middle of the night, he wanted to smoke. So he found there was no matchbox in his house, olden times. So he was desperate to get a matchbox. So he thought, let me go to the neighbor's house, gain the matchbox, get the matchbox, and then how do you go? Dark night, no street light. So in the villages, you find they keep a kerosene lantern with a small lamp for them to go to the toilet, etc. outside. And there was a small flame in that kerosene lantern, which was hanging outside his door. He increased the flame. Holding that kerosene lantern, he walked to the neighbor's house to borrow a matchbox. He knocked the door of that neighbor 1 o'clock in the night and said, "Brother, give me one matchbox." Said, "Why do you want a matchbox at 1 o'clock in the night?" No, I want to light up my cigarette. I want to smoke. Do you think that neighbor gave him a matchbox? He gave him one nice slap and said, "You fool, you have a light in your hand. You have a flame in your hand. You are coming with the help of the flame. And then you ask me for a matchbox." And that fellow at that time realized, "Oh, sorry, sir. Thank you, sir. Mannisabeku." So we have a light in the hand, but we are borrowing, we are begging, we are fumbling and mumbling. So the message of human excellence of Swami Vivekananda and other great leaders, other great teachers, other great saints would show us the right path at the right time in the right place. With that, Swami Vivekananda and the concept of human excellence, please see, there's a beautiful big model of Samudra Manthana in the airport in Indonesia. Yes, story of Samudra Manthana, all of you might be knowing, but connecting to this topic, you find the Devas and the Asuras churning the Milky Ocean, and so many Ratnas came, so many jewels came, Mahalakshmi, Airavatam, Dhanvantri, Kalpataru, Kamadhenu, so many Ratnas came, but these two forces, the Asuras and the Devas, were not interested in these byproducts. They were interested in Amrutam because they wanted to become immortal, they wanted to become all powerful. And finally, they were using Vasuki as the as churning rope, the king of serpents. You find there in the picture, the left side and the right side, the Asuras, and the right, left side here, the Devas, near the head of this one. And Mahavishnu took the avatar of Kurma at that time. Meru Parvata is the churning rod. These are all the incidents that we get in the Puranas. And churning continued. And what did they get? Not Amrutam. Before Amrutam came, Halahala, Trikuta, terrible poison threatening to destroy the three worlds, right? And once again, their teachers, Brahaspati and Shukracharya, suggest you should go to Kailas, Mahadeva Shiva in meditation, and he alone can save the world. So these two parties go there. Shiva is Ashutosha, who can be pleased very easily by prayer. So they sing the hymns, and Shiva comes down from his meditation, comes to the place where the halahala is oozing from the ocean. He takes it and drinks the poison. It becomes so little in quantity because he is Mahadeva, the infinite personality, and it gets locked up in his throat, and the whole throat becomes blue in color. Nilakantha, another name he gets. So many people are named as Nilakantha Rao, Nilakantha Reddy, etc., etc. But here is Shiva drinking the poison of the world. And later Amrutam comes, etc. Why am I telling this in this webinar? Because we are passing through that crisis. Churning is going on of nature. Exploitation is going on of nature. And whether east or west, north or south, whether it's ISRO or whether it is NASA, whether it's a man in the street in Mangaluru or whether it is somebody in Germany, we're all churning the ocean. We wanted to become immortal, all powerful, and have a university in the Mars or moon, also going beyond nature, beyond other things. So many Ratnas, of course, we got. This webinar itself, this Zoom itself is a Ratnam, is of IT, of information technology, or the artificial intelligence, or the augmented reality. What are all these? Ratnas of science and technology. But do you deny the fact that we are experiencing poison today since the last 1.5 years, and before that, so many other problems? I'm not going into the details. But Swami Vivekananda drank so much of poison and saved the country from disaster at that time. And today again, we have to take his message and the message of our culture and Sanatana Dharma and Bahujana Hitaya, Bahujana Sukhaya, welfare of the many and happiness of the many. Serve my mother, when my motherland, when my children, Our brothers and sisters are dying. And the tears outside, the cries outside, the pain outside, animosity, jealousy, hatred, lust, greed, all these are again showing their venom. So that is why human excellence message acts like a vaccine, acts like an immunity booster in modern language, in today's language I am using. Now, a few questions for all of you. Before we commence our journey of human excellence, please understand, keep in mind, dear friends, that human excellence is not a destination, it's a continuous process. It's a journey towards moksha, journey towards fulfillment, paramanandam, paramagnanam, paramabhakti, paramashraddha. So what is the first question? How can we create better type of men and women in India today? What is the type of excellence that we want to see in India today? What is the kind of training we need to unfold? The excellence within us. See, that is the point there. Excellence is not to be purchased or marketed or advertised. It's already there. Ashantasya kutas sukham. Where are you searching for shanti? You have to search inside. Just like that farm villager who was going with the lantern to the neighbor's house and asking for a matchbox. So we have that Atma Balam. We have the Buddhi Balam. Let us combine this and bring out human excellence. It has to unfold. When we say personality development, how is it translated in Kannada or Telugu or Sanskritam? Vyaktitva Vikasa. Vyaktitva Vikasa. Vyakti plus Tattvam plus Vikasa. Vyaktitva Vikasam, personality development. In every one of us, there is the Tattvam. We have to identify it. That is where this sadhana, that is where this webinar, that is where meditation and yoga. Next point is, there are different types of excellences. When you say what type of excellence? There is personal excellence. What does it do? It benefits the individual, may hurt other individuals. Only I am good, I don't worry about my neighbor or my friend. I am excellent, very good, no problem. Functional excellence, a little higher. Your family, your team, your organization. Community excellence, it benefits only a section of the society. But what is important today, in the present context, is this excellence, which is holistic excellence. What is this holistic excellence? Don't fragment the picture. Don't divide the picture. The totality of the picture is very, very important. Once Dr. Abdul Kalam was explaining the unity of India, the national integration concept. He was talking to school children. He was telling, it seems, what is this called? He was showing the right hand and telling, what is this called? And all of them said, sir, right hand. Then this one, left hand, left leg, right leg. And what is this called? This is called the head. And what is this called? This is called the part of the body called the throat. And what is this called? Trunk or the chest. Like that, he was explaining part by part. And what is this entire, this one called, body called? From the toe till the tip of my head. It is called human body. Everybody shouted. It is called human body. But why this is not body? No, sir, it is only part of your body. Why this left hand is not part of the body? No, sir, it is only 10% of your body. When whole thing combines, hands, leg, neck, chest, head, throat, and this midriff, everything, then we call it the body, human body. That is the totality of the picture. So, Kashmir, Himalayas to Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea or the Indian Ocean, let us look at the oneness. Let us not khanda, khanda, khanda. It should be akhanda Bharata. It should be that unified picture of our country, of our own personality. That is the holistic excellence. So, next important point is, when it is taken as holistic excellence, there will be win and win situation for the entire creation. Pancha Mahabhutas will be cooperating with us. Pancha Pranas will be cooperating with us, and our daily life would become so healthy, so peaceful, and so excellent. And holistic excellence, it calls for a higher level of thinking in life. Not just the stomach, not just a little promotion, not just a little searching for a job or for some nice food, but Dhiyo yonah prachodayat. Let my buddhi blossom. As I said in the beginning, a few minutes ago, Yadeva vidyaya karoti shraddhaya upanishadaya tadeva viryavattaram bhavati. And some of you may be knowing this particular shloka. It is oft quoted in our management talks today. King Bhartrhari's observation in the Niti Shataka. He said, Yeke satpurushaha parartha gatakaha swarthan parityajyaye samanyastu pararthan udyambritaha swarthan virodenaye temi manavarakshasaha parahitam swarthaya nignantiye yetugnanti nirattakam parahitam tekena janimahe. 17th century Niti Shataka. What does he say? There are 4 classes of people in any society. And today we are able to see that in the media, in the newspapers, and we get information from our friends and others in the cities and state and country. There are wonderful people, Satpurushas, who are serving the nation, whether they are the doctors, whether they are the nurses, whether they are NGOs, whether they are strange people. Just today morning, somebody sent me one information that a young boy in, where is it? In Pune. You know, what did he do? That young man, he pawned gold to build 53-bed COVID hospital called Chhatrapati Shivaji Hospital in Pune. Satpurusha. And there's some in the paper, it came in the by WhatsApp and all, it came about the constable in Bangalore. Or somebody in Bombay, or somebody in Hyderabad. So these are Satpurushas, but they can be counted. Eke Satpurusha Parartha Gatakaha Swarthan Parityajyaye. Next slide gives you a quick definition of it. Satpurushaha, who bring about other people's welfare, sacrificing their own interests. Samanyaha, others' welfare, if it doesn't affect their self-interest. Then we have Manava Rakshasaha, namaskaram to them from a distance. Destroy others' welfare for their own self-interest. Very, very important state. Manava Rakshasaha. How can you think that you can hoard 300 oxygen concentrators in your hotel or in your house and sell it at 1.5 lakh rupees when it is only 40,000 rupees? Whether it is a 3,000 rupee remdesivir injection, selling it at 40,000. These are Manava Rakshasas with great respect from a distance to them. Only I should survive, others should die. Then the 4th category is still more. This is behavior psychology. What is that? Nameless. Teke na jani mahe. What do I know? How can I name them? Alas, how am I to delineate those who destroy other people's welfare, even without any gain to themselves or to anyone else? Teke na jani mahe. And they say, today, army language, suicide bombers. They go with RDX in a vehicle, in a truck, as it happened in Bombay, or it happened in Pulwama, and it happened in Hyderabad, it happened in Bangalore. Going with RDX on their body, or how Rajiv Gandhi was killed, and they go and bombard. They also die, and they get joy in killing others. Suicide bombers, that's all. So these are the 4 categories. So what is human excellence is all about? How should I implement it in university, in my life, in my society? Samanyaha, Take them up to Satpurushaha. Don't allow them or protect them from not drowning to become Manava Rakshasaha. That much is in our hands. The rest is Keshavaya Namaha, Krishnaya Namaha. So we have to work on this very important concept. And what is that concept? Swami Vivekananda had said 3H formula. 3H formula. In a writing, in a class notes, Swamiji said, yes, what we want, this is Vivekananda's own words, I'm quoting. What we want is to see the man who is harmoniously developed, great in heart, great in mind, and great in deed or great in action. We want the man whose heart feels intensely the miseries and sorrows of the world. And we want the man who not only can feel, but can find the meaning of things, who delves deeply into the heart of nature and understanding. We want the man who will not even stop there, but who wants to work out the feeling and meaning by actual deeds. Such a combination of head, heart, and hand is what we want. Very clear there, what we want as Bharatiyas, as brothers and sisters of Karnataka, or brothers and sisters of Telangana, or Maharashtra, or Goa, anywhere. 3H formula should be highlighted in your college, in your university, in the library. Put it in the straight line. Put it in every department. 3H formula, which in short is head to think, heart to feel, and hands to work. I like this very much. This is my pet subject, and I keep on talking about this and conducting workshops about this to the students and to the youth of this country. What is the most important thing there? The second one. Heart to feel will make you think, and then practicals. Solve the problem of the country. Wipe the widow's tears, as Swami Vivekananda used to tell. He said beautifully in one place, 100,000 men and women fired with the zeal of holiness, fortified with eternal faith in the Lord, nerved to lion's courage by their sympathy for the poor and the fallen and the downtrodden, will go over the length and breadth of the country, length and breadth of the land, preaching the gospel of salvation, the gospel of help, the gospel of social raising up, the gospel of equality. And he said in another place, hundreds will follow me in every city, every state, and I shall revive the motherland. To this I have dedicated my life. I will do or die. Swami Vivekananda's excellent message for all of us. See the quantity, 100,000 men and women. What should they have? Fired with the zeal of holiness. Second, nerved to lion's courage. That is the feeling there. By their sympathy. And they will go with their thinking brain. They will spread this message. And they will make Mother India smile again with their excellent life, their character, their purity, their contribution. So once you feel, you can think. And once there is a feeling and thinking, you can start working. Somebody doesn't have, somebody like, there are Paralympics, there are some people who are disabled accidentally, they lost their hand, they lost their leg. One small example of a young boy in Hyderabad who has no right hand and no left leg. But what did he do? He climbed already 4 or 5 tallest mountains in the world. Now his plan is Mount Everest. He was preparing, but then COVID put it off, the plan. Mount Elbrus, Kilimanjaro, Mount Wisconsin, and Mount some other interesting name is there in Australia. He has done it with one hand and one leg. I asked him, how did you do? He said, combination of the head and heart. Hands is not there. Right hand nahi hai. Left leg is not there, artificial. In fact, this hand itself is not there. At least artificial leg. But what did he do? He aligned the head and heart, made it one, and then he conquered the mountain peaks. So that is the message of excellence which Swami Vivekananda said. Head to think, heart to feel, and hands to work. So for that, this is the 8 parts of your personality that the faculty can think about and can work out in the university and in their workshops and in their classes. These are 4 main pillars. One is the Atma Shraddha, the second is the Atma Sthairyam or the Atma Nirbharata, second is Atma Gnanam, the fourth is Indriya Nigraham, self-discipline. And these 4 are supported by another 4. What are they? Self-esteem, self-initiative, self-sacrifice, and self-resolution. These are the practicals. Self-esteem, self-initiative, become a leader in the nation, take up their higher responsibilities, self-sacrifice, and self-resolution. So like English has got the 8 parts of speech, we should also cultivate these 8 parts of our personality and work on each one of them methodically on a long-term basis for the youngsters to become responsible citizens and excellent human beings. Now, I'm not going into this word. Going forward, the uniqueness of every human being. This is also a very important message of Swami Vivekananda. What does he say there? What it really means of the uniqueness. In fact, Dr. Abdul Kalam gave a very interesting speech in our Belagavi Ramakrishna mission. The title was The Unique You. The Unique You, based on this. How each student, how each youth, each human being is unique. So what it really means is the very fact of being a man endows a person with a unique value and dignity. Every man is a center through which universal life expresses itself in a unique way. So whether it is Bodhamayananda, whether it is Dr. Sripati, whether it is Ranjan, whether it is Raghuttama Rao, whether it's other faculty members, what is that? Uniqueness. Our speciality is uniqueness. It's not Control C and Control V. It's not Xerox copy. Each of the Pandavas were unique. Pancha Pandavas, 5 brothers, each different from the other, but each had their own excellence to work out, to manifest. Yudhishthir, Dharmaraja, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, Sahadeva, each different from the other, but all together. That's why Bhagavan Sri Krishna becomes Arjuna's Sarathi also, and he protects the Pandavas because they were united, they were excellent, and they were to Dharma. On the other hand, the same route, another branch, the Kauravas, 100 in them, hardly we know their names. Duryodhana, Dushasana. Afterwards, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 84. I don't know. I myself don't know. But their names are there when we open a book called Who is Who in Mahabharata. But I'm not interested to know. But I'm interested in the character and the personality of Yudhishthira, of Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula, and Sahadeva. And many parents name their children as Arjun, Bhim, Nakul, Sahadev. Nobody names them as Duryodhana, Dushasana, is it not? So this is where we have to think of it. So you are unique. The youth should understand, the professor, the parent should understand. Your son is unique. You are unique, mother, unique father. Don't compare. Don't put them into some pressure cooker. The universal life, the Brahmanda and the Pindanda, macrocosm and the microcosm. And they are working together. Since now it is not working, the corona infection, the pandemic is continuing to rage in the whole country, hot like tsunami, as Dr. Sudhamurthy used to say. It's a tsunami, unprecedented. Why? There's a break in this unity. We made so much of hangama with nature. So once again, the rhythm is brought back by lockdowns. Rhythm is brought back by vaccination. Rhythm is brought back by meditation, prayer, Mrityunjay mantras, yagnas, and personal caretaking also. So after this, what we need to share, what we need to think about is the real spirit of a human being. He should be ever striving, the Dhira Purusha, as Swamiji said, Dhiratvam. He said beautifully in another place, I would like to quote before I end my presentation. He said, go and preach to all, arise awake, sleep no more, Within each of you, there is the power to remove all wants and all miseries. Believe in that, and that power will be manifested. If you can think that infinite power, infinite knowledge, and indomitable energy lie within you, and if you can bring it out, and if you can bring out that power, you also can become like me, Swami Vivekananda. So here's what I'm trying to share with all of you. Ever striving, ever struggling, overcoming obstacles and marching forward. Because I have got the Dhi Shakti, I have got the Atma Balam inside me. That is what Bhagirath did. The great spirit of the Bhagirath, who brought Mother Ganga from the heaven down to the Bhuloka. Bhagirath's Dhyanam, his resolution. And finally, Shiva had to hold Mother Ganga in his jata. That's why he's called Gangadhara. He's holding Ganga on his head. And slowly it is flowing towards the entire eastern continent and subcontinent and merges in Ganga Sagar. So for that, the root is Shraddha, Atma Shraddha. I have explained it earlier. Total conviction, absolute conviction, and full love on what you are doing. That brings out the excellence. And where should I work it? Your own university, your own laboratory, your own government, your own society, family, and in the street. Just like the Mangalore Ramakrishna Mission brought out the Swachh Bharat and then took it forward to Swachh Manas, Swachh Soch, so that the society becomes clean, external and internal also. So that life itself is a laboratory for us, and we should make it little more vibrant and little more deeper, so that it would be everlasting in spite of our presence or not. So the correct prescription today, it cannot be sold. Human excellence is not a product, it is not an object, it is a principle. Everybody should have a new philosophy, a new vision of human greatness and strength to overcome any obstacle in life. The Swamiji says, if somebody is down, depressed, upset, for whatever reason, financial loss or corona infection, death, somebody will go and little bit of counseling, little bit of encouraging, a pat on the back. He said, a poor lady is there on the street and I just wake her up and give her some water and give her some encouraging words. Immediately she will say, Bhagavan, you are God to me, you are God to me. So the strength we have to give to ourselves and give to our people. Hard work is the prescription for this human excellence. Yadeva vidyaya karoti, shraddhaya upanishadaya, tadeva viryavattaram bhavati. Prescription number 2. As we get in the Mahabharata, muhurtam jwalitam shreyo natu dhumayitam chiram. This is a message of a mother by name Vidula to her son Sanjaya in Gandhara Desha. It is better to flame forth for instant than to smoke away for ages. Just to be quiet. How are you? Somehow going on. No, why is that somehow going on? I will do yogasanas if my health is bad. I will meditate if I want to realize God. I want to study more if I want to become an intellectual personality. So take up some prescriptions and solve the problems, break the obstructions in your mind. Then the basic principles finally. Number 1, have concern for others. Seva bhavam, a measure of courage, of conviction, not opinions. 2 things are battling in life. Conviction and opinion. Conviction and opinion. Opinions are rattles of immature minds. Conviction are mothers of great deeds, says a poet. So to think and talk of human excellence everywhere, institutions, in the media, etc. To look upon every person as a child of immortal bliss. Amritasya putra, Amritasya putra. Vivekananda's famous quotation, teaching lecture in the Chicago Parliament on September 19th, 1893. Not September 11th, September 19th. On that day he said, allow me to call you brethren by that sweet name, Amritasya putra, children of immortal bliss. The beautiful shloka which we sing and chant in our schools and Ramakrishna mats. Shrunvantu Vishve Amritasya Putra. Then the zeal to become great, greater than the great, Mahato Mahiyan, and to look up for excellence in every sphere of life. So these are final point I want to share with you. This is a message of human excellence. 1897 again, Swami Vivekananda speaking in Kumbakonam. This will be a very good mantram for all faculty, parents, citizens, and my brothers and sisters in the university. Teach yourself, teach everyone his or her real nature. Call upon the sleeping soul and see how it awakes. Power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, purity will come, and everything that is excellent will come when the sleeping soul is roused to self-conscious activity. 1897, we are quoting in 2021. So 125 years ago, Swamiji uses this word excellent. Power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, purity will come, and excellence will come. When will it come? The sleeping soul is roused to self-conscious activity. Whatever you do, if it is done with the Atma Gnanam, it is done with Atma Bhavam, with that divinity inside out, then all these gifts will come to us as Daivanugraham. But we have to teach ourselves, teach everyone his real nature. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhavaha. Nimma Swabhava Yenu, Nanna Swabhava Yenu, Namellar Swabhava Yenu. Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhavaha. That Swabhavam, that nature becomes a reality, and that will be called human excellence. So may Swami Vivekananda's teachings, his personality, and his work for us be on our head. He will bless us if we take up this mantle of human excellence, this fragrance of human excellence, and this prescription of human excellence from the university to the schools and colleges all over Karnataka, all over India, and make things bright, make our life more spiritual, and make Mother India more happy, more rejuvenated, more glorious than she ever was. So I'm thankful to the professor, to the dean, correspondent, vice chancellor, and all the team members of the Mangalore University, and also to Ramakrishna Mission Mangaluru, to Swami Jitakamanji, and also to the volunteer in charge, Ranjan, for this wonderful time. And wish you all the best. Wish you good health, strength, peace, and joy, and overcome the pandemic successfully and happily for the welfare of humanity.